We start today by fulfilling our lordly duties, such as interfering with the local economy. Actually, hold on, Zionica. What do you got? Overpriced raw materials.
I'm at your command.
What do you need problem with? Raw materials from local merchants. Reasonable prices, but they're not doing that. Stop them with the decree. Yeah, sure, I can do that. This is outrageous. I declare that from now on, there shall be no price fixing. Thank you, my lord. That would be very good. Merchants will not like this, but hardworking artisans like me will be grateful to you for all of this. Great, I gotta go. One of the merchants in town comes to talk to you as you're preparing to depart. We heard you wish to issue a decree changing our long-standing rules on pricing. Of course, this is your right, but I'd like to remind you that we merchants pay significantly more taxes than the artisans. I would ask you to think of the finances of the town and reconsider this. I stand by my decision. I have enough money. And after the game crashes due to a bug, we restart and beeline our way to Diathma to rescue our liege. Maybe if we get there faster, we can help Mikaea's army before they get overwhelmed. Maybe. You know what? Let's test that theory. Let's make a save now, and then just charge in and see what happens. Yeah, we actually won this time. I guess numbers really do matter. Then we join in with the Siege of Diathma. Only 100 defenders, this'll be a cakewalk. Which ends in a victory without much effort. And Patir has a little rebellion problem. Alright, so what was that about a revolt?
Yes, as you know, the wars this realm has fought have been very costly. The great lords in particular are hard put to raise the armies that are key to this land's defense. Some of us propose increasing the hearth taxes paid by the peasantry, which is a key source of revenue. I don't know if the law will be approved, but rumors of it have gotten out in my district, and a lot of the farmers are restless. Now, most of us are doing their part to keep a lid on things, but there's one, Incurion, who I'm ashamed to say was once an equite under my banner, who's been going around the countryside stirring up trouble. He's gathered the following, and they have a whole list of demands, including a ban on new taxes, but that would frankly cripple our realm's ability to raise the money needed to defend itself. If you take care of him, I take care of him myself, but that wouldn't look good. Maybe you can help.
Well, what do you need exactly?
His band has been going out from village to village. Find him and stop him. You can tell him he's guilty of sedition, and if he doesn't disperse, then you can use force. Any other way to solve it? Not that I can think of, but if you don't want to do it, you can nominate someone from your party. It's not going to be easy though. Whoever you name should be a good leader and have a good knowledge of tactics, and should take along at least 60 men. I'm ready to pay 6,450 dinars for your service. If it comes to a fight, you can take whatever loot you want as spoils of war.
I'll find him and put stop to whatever they're doing.
Thank you. Incurion is always on the move, so finding him might be tricky. Don't worry, I get regular reports from the landowners around here, and I'll keep you updated on his movements.
Incurion's revolt. Patir says that an equite named Incurion is stirring up unrest in the countryside. He asks you to disperse Incurion's band using whatever means necessary before the movement gets enough support. So we set out from Diathma and find this rebellious equite immediately. Right, so where is this countryside revolt? Is it over there? Where that marking is? Let's go check. Well, look at that, it's right there. Incurion's revolt. Lock updated.
Greetings, sir. Can I help you?
You have no right to go around under arms spreading sedition. Disperse!
Sedition? You may have been misinformed. My men and I are loyal servants of the Emperor. We're simply going about informing the people that our Emperor is surrounded by—
You mean Empress.
Surrounded by bad advisors who wish to raise their taxes. We petition to listen to his people and their needs.
Well, let me try to talk some sense into you.
How? What is there to discuss?
Well, count my troops, then count yours. You have no chance.
Yes, might be correct.
The nobles aren't trying to starve anyone, but if they don't collect taxes, they won't be able to fight off raiders. Oh. You know the dark hearts of men. Those who started as rebels end up turning bandit. Rebellion brings anarchy, not justice.
Yes, you might be correct. You may have a point, but don't think that we will give up demanding our rights. We will return home, but we will pursue our grievances some other way.
Oh, that worked out better than expected. That went a lot faster than expected, too. Then a non-insignificant number of nobles vote for us to hold Diathma. Hey, more money for us.
Oh, right, the owner of Diathma. I mean, if they are going to give it to me, I shouldn't really object, right? Then again, the town is very far from where I am. But on the other hand, another town.
We were patrolling and dispatching wandering Northern Empire parties when the Southern Empire's vassals made a questionable move.
Before declaring war on the Western Empire. Here, let me just take care of these guys first. There we go. I mean, we are doing pretty good on the Northern war with the Northern Empire, and Western Empire barely has anything left. So yeah, let's do it. I'm sure the rest of the Empire can handle some Northern Empire stragglers, probably. Who knows?
Hoping the Northern Empire is well handled, we tackle the forces of the Western Empire.
Ooh, that's an army. The question is, who's it coming for? You might be going towards Hittogia, maybe. Yeah, I think they might be. We could break in and try to help them out. But it is just a castle. We'll see.
After much internal debate, we decide to aid the defender despite being outnumbered. And in the midst of ambushing siege engines to damage them, we are blessed with another child.
Ooh, we got another child. In the middle of a siege, that is not the best of times to have a child. Okay, now they're attacking.
Our siege experience goes into a comfortable loop of destroying their ram.
Ram sound, great.
Throwing some fireballs. Watching them retreat.
Yeah, there we go.
Break their ram and watch them retreat.
Hell yeah!
Victory is ours!
This went on for a while.
There we go. There we go.
Eventually, we weakened the besieging army enough to the point where we could sally out and defeat them in a head-on fight.
Honestly, we could probably sally out from the gate now. Yeah. Send troops.
And now that we're free from the siege, we can see what the rest of the Empire thinks about making peace.
Let's see what the rest of the Empire says. Yeah, that's fine.
This is fine. This gives us one less war to worry about and allows us to focus on the Western Empire more. As we were waiting for our army to gather, we also received another castle, for some reason. Ooh, Rempo castle is taken. Why me? I mean, I'll take it, but... still, why me? But anyway, we march onward to siege Rote. This should be enough to siege, I think. The siege went mostly fine, just that there was one militia stuck in a wall somewhere. Nothing retreating and assaulting again can't fix. And it would seem we've impressed the Empire enough to be given custody of yet another town. Vote for the new owner. It's me again. We save another castle from its besiegers. We just wait until they've reached down the castle enough. And before the garrison is going to be overrun, we just swoop in and take them out. About now. Assault the keep of Ataconia Castle. Defenders still holding the keep. Attack! What do I attack with? It doesn't really matter. Sure. There we go. And we got another castle under our rule. Neat. Over to the owner of Ataconia Castle. I guess it's also me. We attempted to siege Ortisia, but relying too much on our battle prowess and ignoring replenishing our numbers, we neglected to retreat from the siege and were defeated by the garrison, leading to our imprisonment. Oh no. Ah, I should have backed up from the siege. I got too overconfident. Well, no reloading this one. Huh. After painful days of being in prison and dungeon, you find a chance to break free and escape from your settlement. Huzzah! After some time we escaped from captivity, we attempted to recruit more men to our cause, like this strangely populated node of Sea Raiders. Unfortunately, it looked like the Sea Raiders were very powerful and they easily defeated us, taking us captive. Damn it. Twice. God. Why are Sea Raiders too strong? We eventually get free and build up our party numbers again, and rush to the defense of Ataconia Castle, where we fend off the Northern Empire armies for a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times before we felt comfortable enough to sally out and defeat the army.
I think we might actually can sally out now. Send troops. Hell yeah.
But a second army followed up the besiege, and this time in greater numbers. And with our own forces and the garrison of the castle weakened, we put up a valiant fight, but the castle ended up falling to the enemy forces. And we ended up as a captive. This feels oddly familiar. We pay our ransom and the Southern Empire votes for a peace with the West. Then we got captured again and had to ransom ourselves a second time.
Ah, finally.
At least they had the decency to not execute us.
I can get out of here. Maybe I'll recruit some guys from Sturgian lands.
We had influence to spare, so we spent a lot of it voting in favor of kingdom policies such as forgiveness of debts, and some other policies not as important.
There we go. Forgiveness of debts.
This should increase settlement loyalty all across the Empire, especially our own who have a loyalty penalty from being a different culture to us.
Assault the siege camp.
We break Lycaron of its siege and take back one of the castles lost to the Northern Empire.
I don't like that how they're moving. I'm just going to send my troops and hope for the best.
And we also rescued one of our party
Good
leaders.
to see you here.
Oh, so that's why I wanted to siege this castle specifically. That makes so much sense. And in order to focus better on the Northern Empire, we temporarily pay tribute to the Khuzaits. On the upside, I don't think the Khuzaits are going to be a problem while we're paying the tribute, though. Yeah, we're going to have to do this. Because a lot of our people are already imprisoned anyway. That means we can just keep focusing on the Northern Empire. Hell yeah! Since the Dragon Banner quest has a time limit, we take a detour to Myzea to let Istiana know of our intentions. Anyway, Istiana. I gathered all pieces of the Dragon Banner. What now?
Impressive. Most impressive. Well, things will get interesting now. I will need to embroider a proper legend about you. Divine omens at your birth, that kind of thing. For now, we can call you Bannerlord, who brings down the wrath of heaven on the impudent barbarians.
Roll credits.
Now, there are 2 paths that lie ahead of you, my child. You can make your own claim to the rulership of the Empire and try to win the Civil War, or support an existing claimant.
How can I create my own Imperial Kingdom?
To have a chance as an Imperial contender, you must fulfill some conditions. Firstly, your clan must be independent. You cannot be pledged to an existing realm. Next, your clan's renown must have spread far and wide, or no one will take you seriously. Also, of course, I recommend that you have as large an army as you can gather. Finally, you need a capital. Any settlement will do, so long as the inhabitants speak the Imperial language. Now, when you are ready to declare your new kingdom, instruct the governor of your capital to have a proclamation read out throughout your lands. Well, that should keep you busy for a while. Come back when you're ready. You can make your own claim to
Now,
the
how can I
rulership
support
of
an
the
existing
Empire
Imperial
and try
claimant?
to win the Civil War,
Like the Southern Empire.
or choose one and pledge allegiance. When the Civil War began, I was a bit torn. Regea was the cleverest ruler, Garios probably the best fighter, and Lukon seemed to have the best grasp of our laws and traditions. But you can make up your own mind.
Well, considering that Lucon's died of old age, Garios we beat up multiple times, so it's not really a good of a fighter anymore. And since we're already pledged to Regea, we might as well support her.
My little birds will tell me once you pledge your support. You can make your own...
Okay, so I guess we gotta go find Regea and present the Dragon Banner. Support an Imperial faction. Istian suggested that you should support an Imperial faction by offering them the Dragon Banner. Where's Regea? While running around trying to find our liege, we sieged 2 castles and got a marriage offer for our brother Beric. Offer a marriage from Varos. Oh yeah, I did. I realized it was one of the potential bride candidates I was eyeing, since she had a lot of steward. Yeah, sure. What? Good for him. And as we were replenishing our ranks with bandits, we catch up with Regea. Yoink. Free archers. Ooh, Regea. Excuse me, my liege, I have a proposition for you.
It's been a while.
I present to you with the Dragon Banner of Calradios. Well now, I heard rumors that you had obtained this great artifact. It will be a powerful tool in our hands. People will believe that the heavens intend us to restore the Empire of Calradia. On the 15th day of summer, 1100, you pledge alliance to Regea, hoping that she will lead the fight to restore the Empire. This is one of the most valuable services anyone has ever done for me. I am very grateful. You pledge your allegiance to the Southern Empire. You have chosen to support the Southern Empire by presenting them the Dragon Banner, taking the advice of Istiana. To restore the Empire, you should capture 2/3 of settlements with Imperial culture. Conquer settlements 11 out of 13. Speaking of which, our war with the Northern Empire is going well enough, but there are some who say that we don't have enough to show for all the blood and silver we spent. A clear victory at this stage would do a lot of good. I think I would like to see our banner flying from the towers of Saniopa. Of course, my lady, but sieges are always costly. Yes, they are. That's why I'm offering you the sum of 20,000 dinars if you can take Saniopa within 60 days. I count you among the most resourceful of my captains. I think you can do this, with courage, heaven's favor, and a bit of luck. Can I tell my other lords that you will do this? You may tell them Saniopa will be ours within 60 days. Very good. You have my blessing to summon an army if you wish, or, if you prefer to strike quickly, you may do so on your own. Alright, gotta call my armies together. Ooh, they're all available. Hell yeah. Let's get some others together as well. As requested, we march to siege Saniopa. $1,000? Yes. Yeah, 1,500's pretty doable. And while we were fighting their defenses at Tatanasius, we were given a notification of something happening behind the scenes. On the 3rd day of autumn, 1100, you heard of a conspiracy working in the shadows to forge the enemies of the Empire into an alliance. Well, okay then. Arzago's conspiracy. Arzago's knows of the rise of the Southern Empire. Rumors say that Arzago's is planning to undo your progress. Be ready. Oh boy. Well, first I gotta take care of this siege. It would be doable if they... I could probably still use the siege towers if there's no more catapults to worry about. Okay, so if we're going to lead an assault, it's probably going to have to be now when they don't have much catapults up. The siege was pretty standard overall. We climbed the ladders to get onto the walls, started clearing walls of archers, got shot down by a pylon, ow! Assumed direct control of one of our Fions. Ooh, a Fion. Picked the vantage point and started shooting. Then with that, we successfully besieged Saneopa. How are we doing? Ooh, they took out a lot of us. We took out more of them, so it's good. And send troops. And quest complete. Thank you. My lord see you as an example, and see your conquest of Saneopa as a stepping stone towards further victories. She's grateful for your service and gave you 20,000 dinars. Sounds a bit cheap compared to owning an actual town, but eh. Money's money. And then we got war by the Khuzaits. Who could have possibly have seen this coming, I said sarcastically. Oh, Mod check of the Khuzaits declare war on the Southern Empire. Surprising. I thought they would have wanted to wait until their tribute was finished. It also doesn't seem like we'll be able to showcase the conspiracy quest in this campaign. Maybe we can in the war sales one. That conspiracy has no chance. Unless if this castle gets sieged down quickly. It's just particularly short because we decided to support one of the empires and somehow brought the Southern Empire back from the verge of collapse. Sometimes being good at games is also a detriment, haha! On the 15th day of autumn, 1100, the conspiracy against the Empire succeeded in uniting its foes, as the armies of Khuzaits, Vlandians, and Sturgians took the field together. Oof. Well, on the upside, we're already at war with one of them. The Vlandians might be a little bit of a pain. You have unified the Empire. Eliminate Sturgia. Ruler of the Sturgians is leading the alliance against you. Defeat the armies or force them to make peace by capturing the settlements and destroying their parties to achieve victory. The ruler of the Vlandians is leading the alliance against you. Defeat the armies or force them to make peace by capturing the settlements, destroying their parties to achieve victory. Ruler of the Khuzaits is leading the alliance against you. Yep. And Istiana's gone. Our first priority is the Khuzaits. That worked better than expected. Oh, that's a lot of casualties. Yeah, I think their troops were actually more stronger than ours. So we actually got lucky by choosing to assault the camp.
Enough. I am your prisoner. I can pay a ransom. I'm worth more to you alive than dead.
Most of our time is spent putting out fires by defending castles being sieged. But we also meet with a fellow vassal who wants us to train one of his sons to get some real-life experience. Sure, I'll take a ward with me. Calradios, a lord from Hongaros clan, has asked you to take a young clan member under your wings and train him for 200 days. You've accepted to train him personally. Don't die, buddy. After some quick skirmishes and some bandit hideout assaults, Sinesios gained enough experience. That was surprisingly easy, and his experience went up. My lord, the agreed training time with you is over. I thank you for everything. It's been very productive for me. Happy to hear this. Tell me, what is the most important lesson you've learned? Since we last spoke, I've been training vigorously. I feel tougher, much more energetic, and alive now. Glad you see it that way. Very well then, off you go. Send my regards to your family. Hope to see you again one day. I am sure you will make an excellent commander. I certainly hope too, Lord. Again, I want to thank you for everything. Before I go, please accept this gift as a humble gratitude. 4 pieces of jewelry have been added to your inventory. Neat. I barely did anything. And while we were taking it easy, the Sturgians eliminated the Northern Empire for us. One less contender for the throne. What? Oh, I see. I think the Northern Empire finally died. Yeah, there we go. Northern Empire is no more. On the 4th day of spring, 1101, a realm fell. The Northern Empire is no more. And in the midst of running around to defend Imperial holdings against the Khuzaits, we come across an army led by Monchug himself. Just gotta wait for them to be very weak. Assault the siege camp. Send troops. Yeah, they still do a ton of damage, even if they're outnumbered.
Enough. I am your prisoner. I can pay a ransom. Enough. I am your...
I give up. I give up. Call back your dogs.
Ooh, a Monchug. How fitting that he's been captured at Cyrenea, where we lost our first wife. The question is, do we do it? Do we forget it? Or do we execute? This raised a moral dilemma. Do we execute Monchug in the name of revenge for our wife, as well as in the interest of weakening the Khuzaits? Or do we take the high road and let him live, knowing full well he's broken our peace tributes and exploited every opportunity to declare war on us, while we were preoccupied with other factions? If we wanted to stay honorable, maybe we would just let him live. But on the other hand, he's been a thorn on our empire's side for too long, and it's kind of his fault that our first wife died. What if we let him go? He's probably just gonna come back again. In the end, for the sake of revenge, and as retribution for his ceaseless raids on Imperial lands, we make the decision to execute him. Execute him. On the 10th day of autumn, 1101, Monchug was executed. This execution hurt your relations with 14 clans. Well, I'm still technically merciful. He's succeeded by his son, Chagan. Let's hope he's not as strong as his father. Aside from sieging, there are other ways to integrate land into the Empire, through diplomacy, where words can be as sharp as any blade. We spot Jaime of Jaime's clan,
Yes, very creative name. And chase him down to his feet for Danustica to parley.
Stop there.
Join us, we have bureaucracy. Ha! On the 21st day of spring, 1102, Jaim's clan joined the Southern Empire. You really need a new name, buddy. After a successful negotiation, we convinced Jaim with a bribe and he joins the Southern Empire, bringing a fief under its banner without shedding a drop of blood. And as our allies are sieging a nearby castle, we cut off enemy reinforcements by engaging individual parties attempting to cross this bridge.
I give up. Call back your dogs.
You know what? You get to live. My business was with Monchug, not his son. You're still getting imprisoned, though.
What do you want, stranger?
This works surprisingly well. I should do this more often.
Enough!
Yours is not a face I know. What is your name, stranger? I give up. Yours is not a face I know. Stop.
As if to reward our efforts, we get a custody of Karenia Castle. Why me? I guess I'll take it, but still. We also grow bold enough to march straight into Kuzai territory to sabotage their armies before they fully gather. Hey, an army! It would be such a shame if someone were to shut that down.
It's been a while.
And near the recently reclaimed Odrisa Castle, we convince another Kuzai lord to join us.
It's been a while.
Damn it. There we go. On the 13th day of autumn, 1102, Irid joined the Southern Empire. It's just like we said earlier in the run. A bundle of arrows might be unbreakable, but take on one arrow at a time, and they become mere twigs.